Today's topic discussion is different type of additives which are used in cheese industry and cheese making. आवाज आ रही है? Have you heard my song?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ. So let us today's topic is additives used in cheese making. So have you heard about different additives in case of butter making? है ना? Some colors and additives are used in butter. Similarly, in cheese also, for manufacture of cheese, different type of additives are actually added to the cheese, and even we are even add some flavoring compounds, or even some spices, herbicides is being also been used in some variety of cheeses. So today we are going to discuss what are the additives which are actually used in cheese making. So we can give you some examples where we can actually give additives to the cheese. है ना? So in this lecture, I will show you the different aspects in manufacture of cheese. Even in cheddar cheese, you have seen, even in Gouda cheese, you have seen that first most objective of addition of additives is calcium chloride in case of cow milk. In case of cow milk, generally, है ना, when we pasteurize the milk, हमने बताया था कि जो विश्व में जितने भी चीज बन रहे हैं सभी ऑलमोस्ट 90 more than 99% of cheese is being manufactured with the pasteurized milk, and remaining some few countries are even prepared cheese from raw milk also. So to keep the cheese safe for human consumption, pasteurization is generally recommended for all varieties of cheeses. So that is why when we pasteurize the milk or even given the heat treatment to milk, in case of cow milk, some calcium present in the milk are actually precipitated. That is not available at the time of coagulation. So to make the calcium level to the desired level, so that proper action of rennet after addition of rennet, the proper coagulation, proper firmness of curd, desirable curd can be obtained. Either we make Gouda cheese or even cheddar cheese. So to get the desirable curd, generally in case of cow milk, we are actually adding calcium chloride. What is the amount of calcium chloride? Generally, calcium chloride is added in the form of calcium chloride at the rate of 0.03 to 0.04% of the milk. Whereas in case of others milk, even in when we prepare the cheese from buffalo milk, then we have already told you in case of cheddar or Gouda also that there is no need of addition of extra calcium chloride to the buffalo milk, because buffalo milk are rich in calcium contents, when because most of the calcium present in buffalo milk are in colloidal form. So during heating, some of colloidal are converted into soluble form. So the level of calcium is present in buffalo milk is such a level that is actually sufficient for coagulation which is required for the cheese making. That means coagulation, we are getting the best firmness in the curd as desired in case of cheddar cheese or even Gouda cheese when we prepare the cheese from buffalo milk. So there is no need of any additives in case of buffalo milk. है ना? So these are these you should keep in mind that these two additives should not be added. Another one is salt inhibitory to undesirable microorganisms. However, different you have already studied about the role of salt in cheese making, particularly in case of Gouda cheese or even cheddar cheese. So different type of salt is actually क्या है? Salt actually not provide conducive medium for the growth of undesirable microorganisms. Undesirable microorganisms means the microorganisms which may compete with the microflora which is actually useful in the case of ripening of cheese. So some undesirable organisms or putrefactive bacteria are actually not active or inhibited due to the addition of salt. So salt generally potassium nitrate, sodium hydrogen carbonate or calcium carbonate or monosodium diphosphate and even niacin are added to arrest the growth of undesirable microorganisms. So depending upon cheese variety, we are actually choosing the salt for preservation for the check the growth of undesirable microorganisms. In case of cottage cheese, we are also recommending niacin because niacin is actually biopreservatives which are actually also hamper the growth of, they are not providing the conducive atmosphere for the growth of undesirable microorganisms, putrefactive bacteria. They are actually favoring the growth of lactic acid bacteria which are actually added in the milk. So another one is another one. Some of the cheese are actually less acidic, commonly added in some of less acid cut cheese like Edam cheese, Gouda cheese. Anna, even we are adding salt to the cheese. One of the major defects in cheese when during ripening, it has been observed that blowing defect. Blowing defect is generally observed in the case of ripened variety of cheese, either Gouda or even cheddar cheese. So to prevent the growth of gas producing organism or to check the growth of late blowing, early blowing defect in the cheese, we are actually recommending salt, and generally salt is added at the rate of 1 to 2% of the cheese. Generally 1.5% average is actually added to the cheese curd before ripening of the cheese. Another one is you can also hear that some in some cases of cheese we are adding sorbic acid, and you have already also studied in even case of paneer when we keep the paneer under and treated the paneer with the sorbic acid, then the keeping quality of the paneer will be enhanced. Similarly, in case of cheese also, in case of cottage cheese or even some other variety of unripened cheese, generally cottage cheese, when we dip the cottage curd in the sorbic acid solution, then the growth of yeast and mold and some other bacteria are not available. So we are adding salt to the cheese. Generally, commonly ordered salt are calcium chloride, sorry, sodium chloride. Another salt जैसे मैंने बताया potassium chloride है ना, are also added. Here nowadays because people are more concerned about health, so scientists are actually trying to make a cheese with the lesser amount of salt, sodium chloride. So because salt actually encourages, क्या करता है वो? Salt encourages the hypertension, encourages the causes of hypertension and also osteoporosis, because it has been observed that when we consume more salt, there is a depletion of calcium from the bones. So there may be chances of osteoporosis in the case of cheese when we get a higher content of salt is being used. So, in order to check the or reduce the salt level, scientists are also manufacturing several varieties of cheese by replacing the sodium chloride by potassium chloride in the cheese without affecting the sensory quality of the cheese. But in the case of when we adding calcium chloride instead of sodium chloride, then the keeping quality or even during ripening cheese may be spoiled. That is why the scientist has checking or getting the optimum level so that the cheese quality and sensory quality both may not be hampered while we replacing replacing the sodium chloride by potassium chloride. And you have already known that potassium are actually reduces the chances of hypertension, and also at the same time they are also checking the osteoporosis because potassium salt are considered healthy. So that is why in some variety of cheese, even Gouda cheese or even cheddar cheese or even some bright branches like feta cheese also being manufactured by replacing the salt level sodium chloride up to certain level. Generally, it has been observed that we are actually replacing 20 to 30% depending upon variety of cheese. Then we can actually getting the cheese quality at par with the cheese which is made without sodium chloride, that is used exclusively from salt that is sodium chloride. So the things is being done in this way. Oh, or another already you know that salt has also role in assist the physical changes take place in the curd during ripening. And another one is it also steady or maintain the growth of lactic acid bacteria, which is actually desirable in case of ripening when the cheese curd is actually placed in the ripening room. So there may be consistent growth of acidity up to certain level, and at the same time we have to actually reduce or minimize or reduce completely reduce the chances of unwanted microorganisms so that desirable texture flavor development can be observed after proper ripening of the cheese. So in this in this way we are actually using the salt. And another aspect of addition of salt is that it is also enhances the flavor of the cheese. That is also one of the beauty of the salt is that it enhances the flavor of the cheese. And other different type of acidulants. Acidulants are also been used in certain variety of cheese. In case of one of the more common acidulants is what? That is lactic acid. Lactic acid is actually the one of the best acidulants for the cheese making. And another acid of food grade quality क्या क्या है? लैक्टिक ग्लेशियल एसिटिक एसिड है ना, लेमन जूस, विनेगर है ना, डी लैक्टेनो डेल्टा लैक्टोन phosphoric are used to increase the acidity of milk. We have already know why the acidity level is required to increase. When we if the acidity of milk is not increased by 0.02% level, then the action of rennet can be not properly done. So to get the maximum or better coagulation from the addition by the addition of rennet, that is required that certain acidity level of milk should be increased. That is why we are adding either naturally we are adding starter culture in the cheese so that we can get the acidity to the desired level. In other the other sources of acid are lactic acid, glacial acid, acetic acid, lemon, vinegar, beta lactano, delta lactone are actually allowed for these because these are all are food grade quality. So these are actually permissible in case of cheese to get the acidity level high. So these are the acid we are actually use. In case of Panso Blanco cheese, we are actually using glacier acetic acid. And in case of vinegar, in case of manufacture of mozzarella cheese, vinegar at the rate of 0.03% are being used. Similarly, in case of बंदाल cheese, छेना और पनीर, lime juices are actually used. है ना, तुम जानते हो कि हम लोग नींबू से भी उसको कैलकुलेट करके यूज करते हैं. In other case, color. Some have you heard my song? Have you heard my sound? Okay. So another one aspect we are going to discuss. There are several type of color and additives which are actually used. In case of I am color, some coloring agent are actually used in certain variety of cheese. Let's suppose in case of white branches like feta cheese, generally we are when we prepare the cheese from cow milk, the color becomes yellowish, and the people who are consuming feta cheese, they traditionally prefer white color. है ना. So when we the cheese prepared from sheep milk, the characteristics white color are naturally occurs. So when in case of cheese we are actually क्या करते हैं, we are actually bleaching the cheese curd cow which is prepared from cow milk, so that the acceptability of the cheese is among the consumer may be highly acceptable. That is why we are actually bleach. In case of feta cheese, we are actually bleach the cheese curd to become whitish in color. है ना. So that is why they are actually use chlorophyll, है ना, and some artificial color that actually destroy the yellowish pigment in the cow milk cheese curd. So in case of buffalo milk, when we prepare cheese from feta cheese or from buffalo milk, there is no need of any additives, है ना. That is why we are actually using such type of ये, है ना. That is why another aspect we are going to discuss is color. Color generally add extra color to pale color milk gives attractive and appealing appearance. Just I have discussed that, and that is why it is added in some variety of cheese. So riboflavin is yellow in solution with green yellow fluorescence and tends to give green stings. Annatto is widely used color, as you already know that in case of butter also annatto color is actually added to the butter. Similarly, in case of cheese, annatto color is also added. Agents like hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2, air and sulfur hydryl compounds in ripening cheese, and copper and iron both are actually act as a catalyst in oxidation of annatto pigment. है. So when we generally added annatto color 20 to 300 ml per thousand liter of milk, so these are actually more active when calcium and iron is available in the cheese manufacturing process. Another one is that another thing we have to discuss, that I have told you that certain flavor, spices and herbs that are also being used for increasing the acceptability of cheese and for increasing the flavor or palatability of the cheese. So different type of flavoring compound, different type of spices, these are being used in different variety of cheese. In case of cottage cheese, there are certain spices, and spices are actually used, like you can say in case of cheese, herbs and spices both are actually used in case of cottage cheese. Similarly, in some other flavor are also added to the cheese to increase the nutritive value of the cheese. Similarly, chopped herbs and their juices, dried crushed semi powders have been used to impart flavor and aroma to the cheese curd. So these are the different aspects we have to discuss. See how flavor, spices, and herbs are also being used, and in certain variety of cheese. Even we can add spices, herbs either in powder form, or even we can extract the juice, or even we can make in powder form and ultimately add it to the cheese curd to getting the flavor and aroma as desired by most of the consumers. So that is why some herbs and spices and some flavoring compound is actually permissible for the manufacture of certain variety of cheese. So now comes into the another aspect of the cheese making, that you have also heard that in some variety of cheese, we are also cheese curd is also exposed under controlled condition, controlled atmosphere of smoky flavor development. Smoky flavor development means incorporation of smoke flavors containing phenolic substances, which are actually act as a preservative and also imparting the typical flavor to the cheese. In some variety of cheese, such type of practices is being done to get the preservative effect and also getting the typical flavor to the cheese. Even you can hear in even in traditional variety of product, you can also hear that some peda are smoky in flavor. तो क्यों है ऐसा? क्योंकि that particular flavor is actually liked by the certain proportion of certain population in that area. So mane that peda is actually intentionally dipped or given a smoky flavor, getting acquiring a smoky flavor. They are actually dipped in a liquid condensed smoke. So in case of cheese also, cheese is actually also dipped in a liquid condensed smoke, so that we can get that typical flavor, smoky flavor in the cheese, and at the same time we can also getting the preservative effect. And because we can, by this way we can also reducing the chances of growth of yeast and mold that actually they spoil the cheese curd during the ripening. So this is also one of the method by which we can actually preserve the milk. And another one is addition of beverages, है ना? This even you can hear that in some variety of cheese in European country or even in American country. Generally you can hear that they are consuming cheese along with wine, है ना? So some wines, beers are actually also added to the cheese curd, है ना? Some wines or some wines, beer, or beverages are actually are also added to the cheese curd. So because they are actually preferred such type of flavor, that is why we are actually adding such type of addition. Similarly in case of cheese bases, they are similarly different type of vegetables, soft cooks, meats, different herbs. Their blends are actually used in case of processed cheese. So you can hear also in later class we will discuss about the different variety of processed cheese. In processed cheese we are also adding we are adding stabilizer, emulsifier, and these are actually added to getting the specific flavor in the processed cheese. In other some other additives which I've already discussed also in the Gouda cheese, that we are we are also adding nitrogen content, nitrates. We are also adding nitrates in the case of Swiss cheese, Edam cheese, or Gouda cheese. है ना? We are also adding these nitrates किस तरह के फॉर्म में? Potassium nitrate. We are adding potassium nitrate to the cheese curd at the rate of 200 ppm. At the rate of 200 ppm to control the check the growth of the butyric acid bacteria. Generally, Clostridium butyricum or Clostridium botulism, Tyrobutyricum. These are the bacteria which are actually causing growing defect in the cheese. So when we add the nitrates to the cheese, then this type of defect is generally not occur in the cheese, and they are actually nitrates are not affecting the growth of the lactic acid bacteria, which is actually desirable in the case of ripening of cheese. So, but there is the biggest drawback of this nitrates is that when we add the nitrates to the cheese milk, nitrate gets converted into nitrates, and under mild acidic condition with various amino acids and proteins, and forming nitrosomes nitrosamines, which are actually cancerogenic in nature. And that is why we are very judiciously we are actually using nitrates to the cheese. So to overcome defects which is generally occur after the late ripening of the cheese. Another additives used in cheese is hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is also being used in certain variety of cheese. It is also considered as the alternative of full pasteurization in some countries. In some countries, and generally added at the rate of hydrogen peroxide is generally added at the rate of 0.04 to 0.08% at 60 degrees centigrade for 16 seconds to the cheese milk, है ना. The excess H2O2 जो excess amount है H2O2 का, that can be removed or minimized by the addition of catalase, है ना. The treatment can reduce the number of bacteria. This treatment can actually reduce the number of bacteria in the cheese, and even after ripening we can also minimize the defect of the cheese. But when we add H2O2 and we are definitely giving the heat treatment, but still they are actually not able to destroy the spores of the milk, and due to the spore present in the milk, there may be chances of different defects. That is why we are advocating bacterifugation. Bacterifugation not only kills 100% pathogens but also kills the spores of the cheese milk. That is why bacterifugation is recommended, and in most of the cheese plant you will observe that the cheese milk is definitely treated with bacterifugation, and after bacterifugation we are actually use the remaining process for the cheese manufacture. So these are the aspects which I have to discuss with you, that how the different additives are actually being used. So this topic is very interesting, and in almost all variety of cheeses, some additives are actually recommended. Similarly, in case of I have in white brine cheeses, they are the Greek people, or even in some parts of Middle East country, they are actually prefer white characteristic flavor. So they are actually bleach the cheese curd to get whitish color. As if you prepare the cheese from buffalo milk, so there is no need of bleaching. And bleaching, due to bleaching, you can already also study in chemistry that when we bleaching the cheese curd, the valuable beta carotene actually destroyed. That is why we are actually adding. That is why we are not recommending the addition of bleaching agents, either chlorophyll or some artificial additives. So these are the aspects which we have to discuss. And if you have any query, you can ask. Anna, if any student want to ask a question, you are welcome. आवाज आ रही है सबको? Have you heard? Have you heard my sound?
Yes.
हाँ.
Yes, sir.
Have you any query about these aspects? देखो टाइम जो है इसमें समाप्त होने वाला है. That is why if you have any query, then you can you are welcome. And 17 students are going to participate, है ना? I am write the names of all the students. Which one is not present? सबके नाम के अच्छा है कि absent कौन कौन है? Who are the absent?
Udit, Ujjwal.
Udit, Ujjwal. These two are actually absent. So how they will give
Vikas.
the test?
Or sir, Vikas.
Which Vikas?
13 roll number.
विकास जमुई.
Yes, sir.
ओके, तो ठीक है. इसके बाद अब क्या कर रहा हूं मैं कि अगर किसी को क्वेश्चन है, यू कैन आस्क क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दिस टॉपिक और द प्रीवियस टॉपिक ऑल्सो यू कैन आस्क. है कुछ? इसके बाद मैं व्हाट्सएप पे क्वेश्चन है सो, है ना, सबको भेज दूंगा और आधा घंटा के अंदर वो व्हाट्सएप पे आ जाना चाहिए, ठीक है? हेलो।
ठीक है सर।
हाँ, और किसी को क्वेश्चन पूछना है? देखो, जिसको भी है एग्जाम में अपियर हो जाओ, उसको भी बोल दो, जो उज्जवल है और उदित है उसको बोल दो एग्जाम दे देने के लिए, ठीक है ना? प्रकाश रंजन, यू हैव एनी क्वेरी?
नो सर।
अक्षय कुमार, अक्षय,
हाँ सर।
हाँ, you need more any clarification regarding this topic or previous topic? जितेंद्र, राजा कुमार,
Sir,
वंदना,
yes, sir.
मिस वंदना,
No, sir.
हाँ, have you any query? शिवम,
No, sir.
सर
हाँ, anybody have a query about this
नहीं सर, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछना
or previous topic which I have already teach you? And
No,
in
sir.
first class which was held on 20th, the technology of Gouda cheese is actually not recorded. And by mistake, this is that was actually the file was correct. So if you are interested, then we can again teach the Gouda cheese. हेलो। अच्छा सुनो, कल जो है ना, हेलो ऋषि,
हाँ सर।
ऋषि आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर, यस सर।
बताओ, तुम्हें कोई क्वेश्चन है?
सर गोडा चीज एक बार फिर से पढ़ा दीजिए।
अच्छा ठीक है, चलो ठीक है, आई विल टेक क्लास अगेन बिकॉज when we teach with the Zoom, then the time taking is actually reduced. So we may repeat the courses also if time permits. Then ठीक है, okay, I will again teach you. Some are also lacking. Another one who are interested to again repeat the Gouda cheese. ओके ठीक है, तो मैं सब सुन रहे हो?